Hello, my little beauties. It's David Connolly, the web developer extraordinaire. Now, this is not going to be a web development video. It's going to be a little bit different, and it's actually slightly ridiculous. By the way, I apologise for my demeanour. Don't I look a million years old? And I apologise for looking so dishevelled the gear. I'm kind of cold. I feel as if I'm coming down with something. Anyway, I wanted to do a little video discussing the network. Now, there has been a little bit of discussion about me being a member of a network, and a few of you, a few very intelligent people in our midst, have made the observation that the network does not exist. You know, maybe this is the network. Hi, any news? Oh, interesting. Anyway. Maybe that's the network, who knows? Anyway, just for the record, I wanted to quickly give you 10 facts about the network. And I do have to read this. I hope you'll forgive me. You'll see the lighting change. All right, here we go. So, 10 quick facts about the network. 1, the network does not exist. I've already told you that. 2, it's not really called the network. That would be a ridiculous name, certainly very unoriginal. So that's not actually the name. 3, the full and proper name of the network, just so you know, is the Order of the Tall Knight of Dark Towers. Now, there's no point in looking that up online or Yellow Pages or anything. You're not going to find anything. You might find a children's TV show or something like that, but you're not going to find anything. They're not on the web or anything like that, okay? They're not in the phone book, but that's the full and proper name. 4, if you look in some of my YouTube videos, and if you look very closely, you may notice that I'm sometimes wearing a lapel pin or an emblem of some sort. And I'm sure some of you already figured this out. That happens to be the symbol of the network. 5, the network consists mainly of ordinary people who support each other. And by the way, I should add, it's not a Masonic thing. There's no funny handshakes or anything like that. There's no strange rituals. In fact, most of the network members that I know of are software developers. I have met a couple who are taxi drivers. I met one a couple of months ago who's a truck driver, but they're just ordinary people. Nothing strange, nothing weird, okay? Definitely not Masonic, by the way. 6, most members of the network have special code names. For example, those of you who are regulars on the channel, if you've listened very carefully, you may have heard me say something like, I was speaking on the phone the other day to, and the names are always ridiculous. They always sound really lofty and mysterious, but you may have heard me say, for example, I was speaking to the Dark Prince of Mordor or something like that. So they've all got these slightly ridiculous, pretentious code names, and some of them have also got special skills, which again, some of you may be aware of. 7, the founder of the network, well, his code name or phrase, whatever you want to call it, is the Tall Knight. Now, I don't really know the Tall Knight. I have not seen the Tall Knight actually for decades, literally decades. I'm not aware of him going on any YouTube channel or on camera. He does not have a Twitter account or anything. I mean, I think there is 1 or 2 Tall Knight Twitter accounts, but it's not him. He does not, actually doesn't say much at all. At least not stuff that filters down to people like me. In fact, I believe I've still got a bit more I need to read here. Yeah, also I have to stress, there's nothing mysterious. He's just an ordinary guy, no magical powers. In fact, I think he's just a programmer. At least that's what I've heard. Now, that takes us to 8. I'm only aware of 2 statements made by the tall knight within the last 12 months. The first was back in March. And again, I have to read this and I have to be careful. The statement in March concerned protecting ex-military personnel. And the other was just a rumour, and it's not worth going into. 9. I personally know of 4 other members of the YouTube watch community who are confirmed members of the network. Now, obviously, I'm not going to name them or anything, but you don't have to be Einstein to figure out who they are. And by the way, there could be more. I have no idea. But there you go. Now, that takes us on to 10. And I suppose this is maybe the most interesting question of all. Why on earth would anyone be interested in wristwatches, or anyone from, let's say, the network? Well, and I have to read this and get it right. Network members consider wristwatches to be special tools capable of enhancing vibrational frequency. That's all we get. We might be able to discuss what that means and so on later on. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, I hope you found this to be interesting. And remember, the network is not real.